Hi, my name's Carter and I'm an instructor here at Musicians Institute. We have a little bit of time between our academic quarters here, and I've decided to show off how you can utilize natural reverb for your own productions. This is something that will be completely unique that you do and no plugin will be able to reproduce exactly. So let's take a look. Let's talk about our environment for a moment. We have a hall just outside of Studio D here, which is very long and very reverberant. The environment itself is less than pristine. On one end, we have a noisy machine room. On the other end, we have a door that is an exit, and there's all kinds of Hollywood traffic noise. Now let's talk about the mechanics of how we're doing this in the control room. I have a Rupert Neve Designs 5088 console behind me. Do you need a console to do this? And the answer is no. All you need is a spare output beyond your stereo output, and then however many mics you're going to set up, inputs for that. For this example, I'm going to put up 2 microphones, and I have 2 inputs. So let's check out the microphones in the hall. All right, here we are in our highly reverberant space, the hall, as you can hear. I've decided to place the microphones on opposing walls, cardioid patterns. We have 2 414 XLSs. You could use any patterns. As a matter of fact, it may be worth your while to flip through different patterns to try different ideas. You could take a traditional approach and do XY cardioid, bloom line, ORTF, even mid-side if you wanted to. I've decided to split them apart to try to get a pretty good stereo width. What matters is how it sounds. Now, what happens when you're all done? It makes sense to record your track for archival purposes. All right, here we are at the sound source. We have a studio loudspeaker, a spare one. But if you don't have one, you could always use an instrument amp if you want, or whatever you have lying around. Let's fire it up. It's a good idea to start with it off for safety reasons, so you don't blow the thing up. And also, as I start turning it up, you can get a sense of what it's doing to the space. All right, I think that's going to work. I think I want to play with position a little bit, and I'll meet you back at the control room. All right, I have my mics in place, and I've already gotten a good level for each of those up. Let's give a listen to the snare and the reverb by itself. Now let's throw in the drum set. And now, the entire band. A little long for my taste, but I think it works pretty well. All right, now let's switch things up. I think the guitar of this song is a little more appropriate to this space than the snare. I've already set up the guitar, going out of our send to the speaker, microphone's ready to pick it up. Let's give it a listen. Now let's throw the full band in. I think that's working pretty well. Now understand that it doesn't automatically have to be a very large reverberant space. It could be small, and any microphones will do. The number of microphones and where you place them is up to you. Keep experimenting, and I'll see you next time.